In this module, we're going to be looking at finding genes that correlate with a specific gene of interest. So for this example, we're again going to use the neuroblastoma dataset consisting of 88 tumors and run on the 133P2 Affymetrix expression array platform. Under the selection type of analysis, we're going to select find correlated genes with a single gene. Again, we're going to use MIC-N as our example, and we can click Next. And here, as we've discussed in the single gene view, we're going to use the probe that has already been selected for us that has the highest average expression. And you can see that there are a number of settings or criteria that you can select, and we're going to leave those all as they are for now, but a couple of settings that can be pointed out is that you can choose, for instance, a certain significance value based on the p-value associated with the Pearson correlation. You can also choose whether to correct for multiple testing or not, which we've also discussed in the single gene view module earlier, as well as you can select the direction of correlation. So currently it is set on absolute, which will give you both the positive and negative correlations with your gene of interest. However, you could also select to look both or solely at the positive or negative correlations. So leaving the settings as they are, we're going to click Next, and this will now calculate all correlations for all of the different genes with your specific gene of interest. So what you can see here is we have now been presented with two different tables. A table on the left, which presents the positively correlated genes. As you can see, MIC-N is most positively correlated with itself. And you can see both the Pearson correlation coefficient R are presented, as well as the corresponding p-value or significance value. So on the left, we have the positive correlation genes, and we can select any one of these, and by clicking on the gene symbol, we are then presented with a two-gene view, which we will discuss in the two-gene view module, but this shows the expression of both genes as well as presenting their correlation and significance value. So going back to the correlation lists, you can see that on the right you are presented with a number of additional analyses that you can apply to the correlation gene lists that you've been supplied. For instance, you can do a gene ontology analysis, which we can have a look at here. So it'll pop up in a separate window. It just takes a few seconds to run, especially when you have such a large number of genes that are differentially expressed. What you can see here is that you're presented with a list of different gene ontologies, which are described here under the gene ontology ID, along with statistical significance values or p-values, as well as the genes that are enriched within the specific ontology. What you will notice is that they're split up in both positive and negative correlations to your gene of interest. In this case, again, it was MIC-N. So these gene lists that are included within the ontologies include both the positive and negative genes that are correlated with your gene of interest. If you instead just want to look at the genes that are positively correlated with your gene of interest, you can again click on the top link, which brings you down to the adjustable settings. And here you can select to only look at, for instance, the positively correlated genes, and then redo the analysis on just these genes. And again, you will be presented with the results of the specific gene ontologies that are positively correlated with your gene of interest. As you can see, there are a large number of gene ontologies that you are presented with here, and you may want to limit the number of ontologies that you're looking in. So again, we're going to bring ourselves down to the adjustable settings, and here we will remain looking at the positive correlations. However, instead of looking at all gene ontologies that we can, we're going to look specifically at biological processes, for instance. And then again, you can redo the analysis, and now you're presented with the results that are both positively correlated with your gene of interest and specifically looking at gene ontologies that are biological processes. We will discuss more details on the gene ontology analyses within the gene ontology analysis section of differential gene expression. So in the example we've looked at here, we've looked at how all genes in a specific data set correlate with your specific gene of interest. However, you may want to do more specified analyses. In order to do this, we're going to return to the main page, and we're again going to select Find Correlated Genes with a Single Gene. And now we're going to, again, select MIC-N as our gene of interest. So when you are presented with the selection criteria, we are again going to leave all the selection criteria as they are, with the exception of now we are going to add a gene filter and look at a specific gene set and how it correlates with your gene of interest, in this case, MYC-N. So for this, we're going to look under gene ontologies, and we're going to select biological process as the main gene ontology, and then under biological process, we will again select the example of cell proliferation. Click next. And what this will now do is it will look at the genes that were included in the gene ontology cell proliferation and how these genes correlate with your specific gene of interest, in this case, MYC-N. You are again presented with two different gene lists, both a positive gene list and a negatively correlated gene list with your specific gene. And here you will now see that 247 out of the 1,747 genes that were looked at did meet your criteria of being significantly correlated with your gene. Again, on the right, you can see that you have other options for additional analyses that you can apply to these gene lists. And one of the interesting ones that you can look at when you have these smaller gene sets is you might want to see how they look like on a heat map in your samples. So we can click on heat map, and we will be presented with a plot of both the negatively correlated genes and positively correlated genes with your specific gene of interest and how they look in this data set. So you can see here, for instance, that the genes that are marked in red here seem to have their highest expression in the subset of tumors that are MYC-N amplified. You can also see that you do have a subset of tumors that are MYC-N non-amplified that also seem to have similar expression of these specific genes, which may indicate that they could be patients that are interesting to look at. So these are just a few examples of the analyses that you can perform on correlation gene lists to your specific gene of interest. And of course, you have multiple options here on the right that we have not discussed, and we will go into further detail in further modules. For instance, storing results as gene categories, or saving your specific selection as text files that you can then work with on your own computer.